Hello, everyone. I'm Kate Hatmaker with Art of Elan, and I am so thrilled to be joined by the trumpet player and composer extraordinaire, Stephanie Richards. Welcome, Steph.
Thank you. It's so good to be here.
Yeah, we are so thrilled that you are going to be a part of our Downtown Sounds concert on Wednesday, November 15th. And we understand you have a pretty exciting lineup of musicians that you've organized to collaborate with. I know your husband's going to be involved. Can you tell us a little bit about this group that you've put together for our program?
Absolutely. I'm really excited for this show because it's melding some of my favorite improvisers together. And we're also experimenting with electronics as well. So, yes, as you mentioned, my husband Andrew Muncie is going to be playing drums, and he also wrote a piece for the show. So we're gonna premiere that. This fabulous guitarist. His name is Alex Noyce,
Mhm.
and he's a wonderful composer in his own right. Also an excellent improviser and just beautiful human being. And we're going to be working a lot with kind of his timbral and spectral possibilities with like his incredible array of electronics and pedals and stuff like that.
Cool.
And then my near and dear number one pianist in the universe, Joshua White, who you may or may not be familiar with because
Yes.
he's from San Diego.
Yes.
But he's going to be playing keyboard, which is actually, it's a special treat. He's a wonderful pianist, of course, but he has a very special sound and approach when he's playing keyboard. Um, and so, yeah, we're really going to get into this electronic, uh, spectral universe.
I think that's going to be perfect for this very urban space, almost like a warehouse feeling space where we'll be presenting. This is a space called Loose Loft, and I'm going to get this right. It's on J Street between 10th and 11th. So not far from Petco Park, actually. And it just feels very urban. It feels really happening. And there are a lot of sonic possibilities because there are very high ceilings, very hard surfaces. And I think what you're describing is actually going to work gorgeously in that space. Um, can you tell us a little bit about, you mentioned that there's at least one world premiere. Can you tell us a little bit about the other pieces that you've chosen for this program?
Sure. So I don't want to speak for my husband's piece. I think he'll definitely let that shine on his own. But I wrote a piece for this, and it's called Muertes, which is a very sort of, it means deaths. It's a very dark,
Yeah.
kind of ominous sounding. But I actually wrote it, during the Dia de los Muertos kind of like season,
Right.
and just kind of thinking about death, but also renewal and remembrance. And so it's not well, it is what it is. I actually don't want to tell you what it feels like because that's up
Fair
to
enough.
that's up to the people listening. But my goal or my intention um was to actually work with like different rhythmic concepts and actually the idea of groove, and
Hmm.
setting up these two parallel polar opposites really in the ensemble. So we kind of have like two against two,
Huh.
and these duos kind of waltz around each other and switch and shift. But inside of that, there's constantly this kind of this challenge to find a center of pulse and groove, because there's a lot of simultaneous activity happening. So,
Wow. Oh, I'm so intrigued and curious now. I think this is going to be fascinating. And it just so happens that there are two other world premieres that open the program that evening. One by Mason Bynes, who's a multimedia composer that's written a lot of different kinds of music. She'll be joining us for a little residency that whole week, actually. She's created new music for a film that we'll be sort of workshopping up at ICA North, Institute for Contemporary Art North, on that Saturday, but she'll be there on the 15th. So will Jory Herman, who's a bass player now in LA. And this, I believe, is the second piece he's written for Art of Elan that will be premiering that night. So it's going to be a
mm,
lot of new sounds, which of course is what the California Festival is all about. And we know that this is a 2 week festival. This is the first time this is ever happening that's celebrating the music of our time. This might sound like too philosophical of a question, but answer it how you would like to. How do you see that aspect, that celebration of new music being important for the music scene in San Diego here? Obviously, you have an affiliation with UCSD. You have a decades-long career sort of being on the cutting edge of cool new music. How or do you feel that this is an important thing for San Diego right now to be part of this statewide initiative? And um, any thoughts you might want to share regarding this festival?
Yes, I think that this is a really important time. I mean, the thing is, Art of Elan, you've been presenting new music in this community for quite a while now, um, and it's so incredibly important for us to be evolving not only our sound and our music, but also our conversation around what music can be. What is our community?
Yeah.
I think it's really important that we be connected and relevant to what's happening right now. And as much as I love playing, music that was written in different historical contexts, 100 years ago, that, is incredible and has, this, beautiful lifeline. I really think that it's important that we are engaging with the vibrations of now and today and speaking to the relevance of all of the complexity and beauty that is happening right now. I do think San Diego really is such a special place and such a place of potential and energy. And so, yeah, I'm really thrilled. I think that there's a real scene that is happening here, and in large thanks to all the work that you're doing, Kate.
Oh, that's kind of you. I love that you've also assembled some of the coolest kids in music and the music scene today. We've been dying to work with Josh White actually for over a decade. So it feels particularly exciting to be able to showcase you guys in this way. And I understand you were just recently back from a European tour with some of these musicians, right? What was that like? What's next on the horizon? More European touring after this?
um, yeah, I just got back a couple days ago. We toured a bunch of beautiful venues and spaces. Moving from different festivals and smaller clubs in Italy to like the BIM House in Amsterdam and Berlin Jazz Festival. So, there's just so many
Mm,
great musicians also kind of in the air at
yeah.
every place that we played. There was a real sense of community and energy. And so, yeah. And what really exciting. So Joshua was on that tour with me. And we've played together for many years. So I would like to think we have a very, very tight connection. Um, and we did get to workshop this piece that we're going to premiere on Wednesday. Yeah, so we actually worked through a lot of it. So the piece for Wednesday is for guitar, piano, drums, and trumpet. And so I was able to workshop a version of it last week, substituting a bassist for guitar. But anyhow, I've been working on it. It's in the air. It's been floating in the air in Europe, and I'm really excited to
And
play it on Wednesday.
perfect. We're ready to feel the vibrations here in San Diego. I love it. Well, there are still a few tickets left for Wednesday. It is a 7 o'clock show at Loose Loft on this is Wednesday, November 15th. Tickets are very reasonably priced, so we're hoping to get a capacity audience there. I know the doors and the bar open at 6, so come early, check out the scene, grab a drink, and join us for what I know will be a really exciting soundscape that night. All of this, of course, you can find at artofelon.org. And thank you so much again, Steph, for making time today.
Of
See
course,
you
and I hope to see
soon.
everybody on Wednesday.
Thank you. See you
Okay,
soon.
bye.